Hey, everybody, welcome back. I hope that you are having a great week and staying cool. I am roasting here. If you're pretty much anywhere in the United States right now, you're roasting. Um, so it is about 7:30 p.m. and still around 90 degrees outside, which is horrendous. So, yeah, it's just trying to stay cool. Uh, it's been an interesting week. I kind of posted an extra video where I was venting about some things that had happened, and I was over that pretty quickly. That was just one, person saying some things that were out of line, and you know what? I've already moved past it. The good news is that I am in the process of mending that relationship with my aunt, which is really good. She just had a birthday yesterday, and I made and sent her a card. So it's a work in progress, but we'll get there. Um, Not so good news. I had and have had over the past year or so a lot of issues with my car. And yesterday I was driving it around, and the engine fan's been running really hot, and it looked like it was getting ready to overheat for the umpteenth time. Um, So I, of course, pulled over at home, let it cool off, and checked it, and my coolant is empty again. I can't tell you how many times they've taken it to the shop this past year, and this has been fixed, and that has been fixed, and something else goes wrong. And, it's hard trying to think about where I'm going to find the money to pay for another repair. This is just overwhelming. But be taking my car to the shop tomorrow and dropping it off, and we'll see. I'll be able to give you an update, next week. Um, oh, got a letter in the mail from my landlord yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before. And it was a 5-day notice to pay rent or vacate. And I'm thinking, what in the dickens? Okay, that's not really what I was thinking, but, for the purposes of being appropriate, what in the heck? It turns out back in March when I had moved in here, for some reason, we had an issue with our gas company putting the utilities in my name. And the landlord ended up paying my first month's gas bill. And in the process of trying to get all of this straightened out, I thought that the gas company was going to be sending that to me directly. And I thought that I paid it directly to them. Well, it turns out that wasn't the case. And rather than them sending a nice reminder, oh, hey, by the way, we paid this bill for you, please be sure you take care of it, they just sent me a 5-day notice to pay or vacate. And you'd think that with that being the case, I must have owed hundreds of dollars. Not even close. It was $43 and change. So they threatened an eviction over $43. Not going to name the property management company, but if that's they're going to handle business, I'm not going to recommend anybody I know to live here. And you'd think that when somebody else pays the rest of their rent on time and the rest of their bills on time, that they could at least get one reminder, prior to this 5-day notice. And I'm pretty sure that isn't even legal. 5-day notice to vacate is not legal. Anyway, went down and made sure that I paid it yesterday, and we're good now. But just on top of everything else I deal with, that was not one one thing I wanted on my plate. So it's actually been an eventful week. Last week, my oldest son Tony moved home, and he had been living at my mom's for about a month. And the whole thing that led up to this was years ago. and many years ago, back in 2008, I was very violently sexually assaulted, and my son's aware of that, and the whole circumstances behind that rape left me with permanent damage to my circulation in my hands. And to keep a long story short, um, about a month or 6 weeks ago, my son had made the comment of, well, it wouldn't, something along the lines of, it was my fault for being there. Now, for the most part, I've worked through, my feelings about the rape, but to me, that was like the lowest, most hurtful thing that could be said. That basically it was my fault for being there. Sure, if I hadn't been there, I wouldn't have been raped, but how was I supposed to know he was going to do that? I had no idea. Obviously, if I had, I wouldn't have gone. But anyway, we've worked past it, and he moved back home, and has been here almost a week now, so that's a little nice. Not that I wanted him to stay gone, but under the circumstances, I was very hurt, and I just needed a little space. So, a couple minutes here, I'm going to take a moment and just show you a picture of my husband, because you've heard me talking about him, and up till now, he's just, Jeremy with no face. So I'm going to go ahead here and just show you a quick picture. And so now you'll be able to, put that face to the name. I think he's a pretty handsome guy. And the picture is the one that I used for our wedding announcements. And it's my favorite picture of us together, because it was the first picture that we had taken together after all of our no contact visits were done. This is absolutely my favorite picture of us. And we're just shy of, our 1 year wedding anniversary, actually, which is pretty cool. Very exciting, actually. And it's really gone by fast. I mean, I didn't expect to get married again, and I didn't really think that this past year would have gone by as quickly as it did. So him and I have been together just over 2 years. I've been married for almost a year now. And I, really hope that the next 5 years go as quickly as the first, couple that we've had together. So we did have a video visit yesterday also, which, is not ideal, but, I certainly think it's better than nothing. And he, got a new haircut, so he looks pretty sharp. But the other thing that he had said is I believe I mentioned briefly that he had gotten a job in the kitchen. Well, a couple of days ago, he actually ran his back of his ankles over with a meal cart. So not so good. He's feeling a little rough, but overall, he's going to be okay. Still a little sore. And I kind of laughed when he told me that, and I said it's not because you're getting hurt as funny. It's because I am so clumsy myself. I said it's exactly the kind of thing I would do. In fact, both the day that he had done that, I accidentally kicked my coffee table barefoot. So no harm done, fortunately, just a little sore. What else can I say? More on the in-person visits. They finally released a memo out of the Department of Corrections, or I don't know, it was a memo, but an announcement to actually confirm the rumors that we've been hearing about visits starting up again. So the plan right now, or the plan that they have set into place, is that in-person visits will have to be scheduled ahead of time. We will be allowed a brief hug at the beginning and the end of the visit, but no kissing under the circumstances. I agree. No, sorry about that. It's a little warm in here. Um, and masks will be required, but somebody had mentioned they thought there would be an hour and a half limit to our visits. So far, I haven't heard any limit like that, but I think each institution is going to be different based on the number of inmates that they have, and um, that being the main thing. So, provided that I can get my piece of junk car into good working order, I will, really look forward to seeing him. But considering, like I said, the past year and a half has been nothing but problems, I hesitate to take it very far out of town because I'm just afraid that something's really going to go wrong. I've already had the head gasket rebuilt. I've had my thermostat replaced. I've had a hose clamp that had to be replaced the last time, and it's just really been one thing after another. My car's not terribly old. I have a 2012 Chevy Cruze, and just you know, my mom pretty much gave it to me a couple of years ago, and it's been nothing but problems since I've had it. And unfortunately, every time I try to save up for repairs, something else happens, and I've not been able to put a penny aside for the repairs that I know it's going to need. So, she's helped me out with it a few times in the past. She's going to have to help me again because there's no idea how much it's going to cost. And I just, like I said, every time I try to put together a few little savings, something happens. It's hard living from one paycheck to the next. We are going to have some mandatory overtime starting next week, which we've gone the past really year and a half with, or about a year with no overtime. And normally this is the time of year when it starts happening. So we've been required to work an extra 3 hours a week, which I don't have a problem with. They're very fair. They don't force you to work a certain extra shift or anything like that. They just say, well, you need to work 3 extra hours, and fit it in where you can, so you can attach it to another shift, or you can do it on a day off. So they're really cool. They're really flexible about it. And to be truth be told, that overtime is going to help because the car sitting out there in the driveway, it's always something. I've gotten on a first name basis with all of the guys that work at the shop because I've been in there so much. Also, I have taken them cookies and donuts, so that helps. But they're a great crew. So if you're in Wisconsin and you have an auto select nearby, that's who I go to. There is no paid promotion here. I just have really great things to say about them. All of the guys at the Auto Select Express that I go to are amazing. They are so kind and so patient with me and my issues. And the last time that I had to have a repair, they didn't charge me for a part. They didn't charge me for the part that was needed. And the next time I went in, I said, hey, did you know you didn't charge me for a part? And they said, oh yeah, we told you we'll take care of you. It wasn't an expensive part, but I mean, it was the principle of the thing, and it was just, super nice of them to do. Anyway, one of these days, I'm going to have to get a better video camera here. I appreciate your patience while I start figuring out while I'm working on figuring out the editing software. And I have a wonderful, great friend, Julia, who lives in Plauen, Germany. Hello, Julia. Guten Tag. Who's offered to help me with redesigning a custom logo for my channel. So in the next few weeks, hopefully that will be coming forth. I'm really excited about it. The logo I have now is good, and I like it, but the one I have in mind is going to be so much more personal. And a big danke to Julia for offering to help me with this. You were so sweet, and it was just some way I could repay you. Hopefully, hopefully it'll come around where I can. So for this evening, I think I'm going to end here. I am just roasting to death in my recording room studio, and there's no air movement in here, but I got to have some peace and quiet. So I'm going to go ahead and end here. I thank you very much for watching. I hope you are all staying cool, and I hope to have some good, positive updates on life next week. Take care, and thank you for watching my channel. Please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, like my video. Go ahead and click the subscribe button, and make sure you click the bell icon so that you get notified of my new videos. And just have to say, I love you guys. You're the best. And thank you for watching and supporting me, because without you, I wouldn't be here.